From GRAPH EXPO 14 here at McCormick Place in Chicago, let me introduce you to Michael Makin, who's the president and CEO of PIA. What an important organization you are to this industry.
Thank you very much.
Well, tell me, what are some of the challenges you're having to face right now as we go forward?
Well, I think some of the biggest challenges that our industry faces, of course, are the continued competition that we face from other media and making sure that we present ourselves as a viable, important option in there. And certainly our industry is doing everything in its power to do so. I think a big challenge for our industry is always making sure that they find new opportunities and explore new ways to diversify their plants and facilities. And what a better place than this to look at opportunities to diversify your operations and become more customer-centric.
Is there anything that really sticks out in your mind as to what you've seen at the show this year?
Well, of course, there's been many of the exhibitions that are just fantastic. All of the booths have really shown the latest of technology, so I'd be hard-pressed to pick out one over another. Certainly wide format is an area that a lot of printers are looking at and exploring opportunities in that realm, and the whole augmented reality sphere is certainly something that is also of interest.
Isn't that something, the digital implementation and all of the other smart technologies of the core right now, all being adapted to this industry, and it's really, don't you really feel a vibrancy about it?
There is a vibrancy because it's not just a matter of print or electronic communication, it's print and electronic communication, and that and is really the quintessential element of how you can really make a difference with your customers.
Now, PIA and PS teamed up earlier this year. You had a Capitol Hill fly-in, which I participated in with a number of industries over the years, and it's always a very important segment. Can you give us some details of what you came away from that feeling?
Sure. Well, obviously it's important to represent the industry on Capitol Hill and to make sure that we're representing the concerns of printers all across the country and concerns of vendors all across the country. So we had a very busy and very successful fly-in where we met with no less than 15 United States senators. We met with a dozen or more members of Congress, so it was very successful. We hammered home on a lot of critical points: accelerated depreciation schedules, tax reform, postal reform, and most importantly, patent trolling, which is the bane of existence of many printers these days. And so we were very forceful in that regard. So we left the fly-in with a rather successful outcome in terms of legislators committing to being part of our cause and pushing the agenda that we've presented.
What do you see? You see any specific issue going forward, or is this a conglomeration of things as
well?
We've
already seen the accelerated depreciation, which is great for investment in our industry.
Right.
And all the more reason why you're at a show like this is to invest in equipment. We want to see further tax reform. We want to see postal reform to make sure that there's predictable postal increases, so we understand what we're mailing, because 45 to 50% of everything that we produce in the printing industry ends up in the mail stream. So it's critical that we have that. And of course, we're looking for comprehensive patent troll legislation which would curb the activity, the rather pernicious, heinous, reprehensible activity of these patent trolls who have no investment in a business and go after small companies like printers with ridiculous claims and demand letters.
Yeah, there's always an overriding issue somewhere in that mix that really kind of touches the nerve center, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Well, it's most nerve-wracking for sure for most printers that are involved, because they don't have the wherewithal. They don't have in-house legal teams to defend themselves against these spurious claims, and it's really quite ridiculous.
Absolutely. Well, I have to say that the past few years that I've done this show, well, this and the print show, I see a real vibrant, moving engine here, and going forward there's so much innovation coming down the line that we don't even know of yet. That I think you're in a good position right now at PIA.
Well, it's a very exciting time to be at PIA, because really the industry is changing. The industry has always changed. We have been around for 600 plus years, and we've always adapted to new technologies. The exciting thing is that it always changes, and to be part of that industry, to be part of that vibrancy, to be part of that future is a lot of fun.
Michael, thank you very much.
You.
Michael Makin, who's the CEO of Printing Industries of America. Always a pleasure talking to you, and thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure.